Hey everybody, I'm William,
I'm Kina,
and we
and
are
we
the
are the
Nerdy
Nerdyweds.
Weds. And today we're talking about our trip down to Charlie's Horror and Sci-Fi Convention. It was at the Sahib Shrine uh, Event Center.
In Sarasota, Florida, June 3rd to the 4th.
The name of the event center gets me.
I
So,
know you did good because I wouldn't have been able to say
all
it.
right. Well, this was a 2-day convention. It was a Saturday Sunday convention. It was a great little convention. Had some celebrity guests there from a few different movies and TV shows like Ghost Hunters and other paranormal investigators, and even a gentleman from the House of a Thousand Corpses. So they had a little guest list, and they had some vendors there, some really great vendors.
That really was the highlight of the con for us was the vendors because they had a variety from comic book sellers, comic book artists and writers, and of course, artists of all ilks. You
Yeah.
you could find any all types of different things that you could buy, and we did pick up some things, but we also took advantage of having so a small, intimate venue where you felt like you could really get up close and personal with the vendors. And we did some interviews with a couple of them
Yeah.
and set up some interviews for in the future. So the ones that we've already done, look out for those. Those are coming soon.
Yeah. I was really happy with the intimate setting, like you said, and being able to really get in and talk to the vendors and artists in these different booths and really get to look at their stuff. Because a lot of times at these bigger conventions, you can't really, especially like MegaCon, is like salmon swimming upstream to stop at a booth. You're going to get swept away by the crowd. And it's really difficult, especially in the main avenues of a convention where all the big stuff is, to really get in there and look at what somebody's offering. And we spent a lot of money.
One thing that I did like is that the organizer really didn't try to take advantage, being that they are a small con and they are offering some great things. They're just not offering as much as the larger cons. They didn't try to charge that much. In fact, it was very economical. It was $20 if you per day. Or if you did both days, then you could pay for the weekend pass at $35. And that's the cheapest I've seen at a convention in a really long time.
They had a lot of things going on for such a small con. They had a movie being played that night, Dead End. Yes, Dead End. They were setting up to play Dead End when we left the convention at the end of the night. They were going to show it up there and have some Q&As about it and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. We didn't stay for it. We had a long drive home and we weren't staying in a hotel or anything. But if you're local to it and they're doing that same thing, it would be really cool to see it. Like watch a movie with the crowd. And
They have another event, which I do believe that they are. I would definitely go back to it. I recommend it to others, and it's something that people in any state should look into. Those smaller cons that don't get a lot of advertisement, do searches for local conventions or conventions in my area, because chances are there is a small one like this being held in your area, and it's always worth it to go. We spend 20 bucks, most of us, at a fast food restaurant. So
this was a
spending-
lot of value for
yeah,
$20.
a lot of value.
And the venue was really good. It was not a very big venue. I don't think that they could grow in that venue as far as the venue is concerned. They didn't have any
Right.
space to grow into. But it's a great venue for a small show. They had a restaurant and bar right there in the venue, and it was just really nice. It was a nice little venue. But I really hope he does grow.
I hope so, because
that'd be the only unfortunate part is the venue leaves and it's no longer across the street from Dark Side Comics, and we can't walk over there again. Because they had a vendor for Dark Side Comics in the convention across the street from the actual Dark Horse Comics, or Dark Side Comics.
Yeah, you keep saying Dark Horse because that is a comic book.
It's a comic book publisher.
Yeah, but it's Dark Side Comics, and they had a booth at Spooky Empire.
Yep.
Then they had one here, and since it was right across the street, we not only bought comics there at the convention, we went across the street to their actual store and bought more comics there as well.
And by we, she means she.
Oh, well, you didn't buy any for yourself?
I didn't buy any.
Oh, oh well.
They didn't have anything I wanted. I chose a very obscure comic book to start collecting, the Robotech series, and I'm probably not going to find a lot of those just sitting in back issues at most comic book shops. I'll probably have to go to someplace that's got a really old back issue inventory.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's the same thing I'm gonna have to do for the one that I'm looking for, but with the current one that I'm looking for, which is Stray Dogs, I was able to get at least 2 of those there at this convention. So it was a success on many levels. I was able to pick up some art, some comic books, and some other goodies. And as far as seeing some cosplay, there weren't a lot of people out and about. But I did get to see one that I wanted to get pictures of at Spooky. He was at this convention as well, so I was able to get that. So like I said, a success on many levels, and that's really all I've got to add about Charlie's Horror and Sci-Fi Con.
Next time we want to actually talk to Charlie and see how things are going. That's all I've got for this one. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time,
Stay nerdy.